CapEx, what is it and why does it apply to me? CapEx stands for capital expenditures. Now these are the all-in costs for the property. So you have your PITI payment, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, your PITI payment. You have HOA dues, you have utility bills, you may have other fees. If you're renting out the property on Airbnb, you may have monthly maintenance fees like landscaping, or you have ongoing maintenance fees just for the structure of the property. These are all considered your capital expenditures. So when we're looking at a house and we're analyzing the PITI payment, we're like, well, I've got a $3,000 payment and I can rent this out for $3,500. You're like, oh, slam dunk deal. I'm gonna buy this house and rent it out and cash flow $500 a month. Well, sometimes it's not that simple because you wanna be able to put money back into the property for things that are for maintenance and for vacancies, because there's more to just your payment than just the PITI payment. When we look at all the payments incorporated into a property, we call them CapEx or capital expenditures. So that $500 in cash flow may go towards future vacancies, and that basically is the time spent between one tenant leaving and another tenant arriving and the house is not rented out. That capital expenditures may include home maintenance. If I have a roof that has to be replaced every 30 years and that roof's going to cost me $30,000 to replace, that's about $1,000 a year I should be putting into maintenance over the course of the next 30 years as part of my capital expenditures. HOA dues and things like that, those are pretty self-explanatory, but the overall cost of ownership for property is considered your capital expenditures, and you should be looking at all those when you analyze a property, because you may not have true cash flow if you have to come up with these expenses later. But in a nutshell, that's what CapEx is, your capital expenditures. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and I'll catch you guys soon.